Wonderful to be back. Somehow feel at home here. We have been here quite a few times. Always very enjoyable, and now somehow almost familiar. So I always very much enjoy it. It was my first time that I worked with Andrei, and he's really a wonderful musician and a wonderful cellist. I'm very happy that I had a chance to meet him and meet him musically, also as a person, and I certainly hope it's not going to be the last time. It is just a pleasure, and he's clearly very convinced and enjoys the UNESCO concertant, and with this piece it's very important that the performer totally stands by it and has a strong kind of conviction about the piece. So, and he certainly does. So I think it was a very first of all, it was very, very good introduction to him, and I think a quite a nice performance. When we come to UNESCO Festival, of course, we want to do some music of UNESCO. At the same time, being a Swiss orchestra, we have also one important composer, Honegger, and just like UNESCO, I think it is underplayed in the world. It should be played more and deserves more attention. So we thought it would be nice to put these two things together and bring these two composers to a little bit of limelight, and both pieces really deserve it. When it comes to a bigger second half piece, it's nice to have some variety. You know, German orchestras and Germanic orchestras, the Swiss Romand, the Swiss orchestra is of course a very well known for its Germanic repertoire. Tonhalle is really, you know, in this German-speaking part of Switzerland, so it has an affinity for great German romantic music. On the other hand, I thought it would be also nice to do a little different, not maybe a Brahms and Bruckner, but why not Dvorak and Bruckner? And it so happened that we are organizing and coordinating this repertoire with some other venues on the tour, and it seemed like a very logical and nice combination. Now that I have conducted it on quite a numerous occasions, it's obvious that UNESCO has a fantastic inner world, and it's a really unusual language. Because on one hand, there are moments of total familiarity, and then the way he develops it is sometimes quite unusual and sometimes quite surprising, also harmonically speaking. But once you get to know it, it's very attractive. And like in every composer, there are more popular pieces that immediately get the attention of the audience. And sometimes the ones that are not immediately easy to recognize are the ones that are more interesting, actually. But you need to spend a little more time getting to know them. You know, unexpected things happen, and an alarm like this on so many levels is a good thing because it alerts audience for whatever the emergency is. The problem for us, clearly it was unexpected and loud, but the real problem was that we on the stage didn't know what was it about. You know, it could have been a fire. Do they want us to stop playing? Do we need to evacuate? My second thought was maybe it has something to do with some kind of a nuclear event, because you know we're living in a very volatile world right now, and in some way the not knowing was actually the most shocking part. Without any hesitation, I would say that for a sophisticated layer of people around the world, Romania is only known because of the festival. There are many great things in Romania, without any doubt, but what comes across is the festival, because it is an interesting idea or thought of how does a country want to be seen in the world. Is the country interested in seeing because it has strong military, or it has enormous population like in China, or it has a creative and educated public and population like Estonia. For example, Romania. Romania has many, many great things about it, but to the basic public, it comes across as a country of culture. And you cannot possibly want to have a better way of presenting yourself. So this is the best way to be seen in the world. I have been coming to this festival now for quite a few times, and I find that there is this wonderful audience. I find the festival is a very good festival because it has a mission to promote Enescu's music, but also use that to bring interesting artists together. And I feel that as with everything, once you already have a little bit of familiarity, you feel like coming home. It's a very friendly and well-organized festival, and I would say one of the highlights for us every year. I think the music is generosity. There is not really any other better way of putting it, because imagine this whole situation of us playing music, presenting it to the audience accepting it, then applauding. This is such a wonderful interaction, and there is so much gratitude that is in this music. So just the fact that somebody is willing to create and pay, frankly, for all of this that can happen in a festival, that's generosity. You know, there is on every aspect you looked in music, there is an act of gratefulness and generosity. The most importantly is that as much as it may sound somewhat one-sided, but I'm very clear for myself when I say that really music from all the art forms has the highest capacity to reach human soul because of its elusive nature, because one thing that you cannot touch it, it's not something you even should be speaking about, because the words always diminish things, you know. The minute you put a word to something, it takes it notch down, because music has a different a sphere in which it communicates. It somehow touches your soul, and that is something that makes, for me, music and really great musicians really stand out above anybody else. And to me, that's maybe the greatest definition of generosity.